And now, direct from the International Blind Cafe, welcome to The Cauldron.
Funny.
Oh gosh.
So as you guys know, I'm getting a guide dog soon. So to be prepared, I've started walking a lot more, ramping up my, fitness exercise routine. So I'm prepared for the training.
That is so cool.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, that's
You've got to
awesome.
be so excited about that.
I am super excited. I just can't wait to go out and walk around with my dog. Keep in
I bet.
shape.
Yeah. The level of independence that you're going to get. I mean, I think it's important to when we are doing our fitness routine that we can do it on our own, because it's not always easy to depend on somebody else. So
Yeah,
good for you.
good
That's a
job.
big step. Yeah, that's
Just to
awesome.
be able to do it and be safe at the same time, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I used to do a lot of walking because I have 3 dogs, but our neighborhood is very busy and, well, there's a few blind spots. Well, excuse the pun, but there's corners and people travel like they drive like maniacs. So I myself am not comfortable walking in our neighborhood by myself, but yeah, if you have a guide dog, that would be so awesome.
Yeah.
That's
It is
really good.
amazing. Yeah, I'm not comfortable with walking on my own, and I will in the summer walk with my husband, which is nice, but we don't walk at the same pace if we were doing it for exercise sake. You do have to, if you're trying to do it to raise your heart rate and you're doing like power walking, it's kind of hard when you're sighted guide. So I kind of shy away from that. But I have,
So healthy to me, like as you guys are talking about like walking and stuff, it's not like a size or a number on the scale. It's just like a feeling, like you feel good, you feel better when you eat that, apple with peanut butter versus eating like a cookie or something like that.
Or a
It just,
donut.
yeah,
yeah, it just, it's a, it's like how you personally feel in your body. At least to me. What do you guys think?
yeah, I
Um,
agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yeah, and I feel more that way um, as I get older. Um, I feel more comfortable in my own skin, and I don't worry about, like you said, the scale and I'm the opposite of the majority of people. I'm underweight, and it doesn't matter what I do, my whole life, I just can't put weight on. And I've always been really, really self conscious about it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. As long as we fit our skin,
hmm
then we just got to be healthy on the
Hmm.
inside. So, like you said, Morgan, as long as you feel like
Yeah.
that when you're eating healthy and you are exercising, but exercising doesn't have to be full on going to the gym and lifting weights and running marathons.
No. Do any of
So,
you have exercise machines at home?
I do. Yes, I just purchased. It's a ski machine, which helps to improve your core, your balance. It's a little scary. I've been using it, but you know, if you you can't see and you want to make sure you're staying on it and you're balancing. I have this little fear like, am I going to go pitch forward and I'm not going to know like what to grab onto if I needed to? So I've had my husband make sure like over this weekend that we saw the tapes or like I'm doing them correctly, that my form is right because like there's no way to watch instructional,
Mm-hmm.
videos anymore. So, but yeah, I do like to do workouts at home. I have like a little gym with the resistance weights and the barbells and stuff like that. I have a hula hoop. Hula hooping is very good exercise too. And I try to switch it up, but I prefer to do it, work out at home, and I could do it independently by myself and safely. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure you got good gym shoes, so that you're safe because you can't hurt yourself. People who can see can hurt themselves if they're not doing the exercise
Mm-hmm.
properly.
Do you think
Yeah.
they have gyms out there that have people that would help you if you had a visual impairment or you were blind, like say to do your workout at a gym?
I don't know. They
Would
do
it be
have personal
dangerous?
trainers. I always wonder if a
Oh,
personal trainer of a gym would take on a visually impaired person and be able to do it without, you know what I mean? Like they would
Mm-hmm.
be like, yeah, I could take you on. Like I could help you instead of having
well,
somebody specific.
I do know just from members in the International Blind Cafe, Ryan, he has a personal trainer um, that is also disabled.
Oh,
Um, I think he's an amputee, but he's having great success. And then we have KP, who is a personal trainer, and he's completely blind. And he's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu worldwide champion or whatever. I'm not sure what his title is. So there definitely are trainers that will take you on. However, don't you find that that's very cost prohibitive to a lot of people that do have sight loss?
Yes. Yeah.
oh
Yes.
yeah.
I will say I did have a personal trainer at one point, and for like 8 or 10 sessions, it was like 800 and something dollars. So it is not cheap
Oh no, it's
to
No,
get a personal trainer.
no, it's
Yeah.
not cheap.
Yeah.
And then I don't know about you ladies, but like here, the local YMCA, whomever goes with you if you have sight loss, basically goes as your guide and doesn't have to pay. Um,
Oh, okay.
but then you're relying on somebody else all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
not fun for me. Sometimes I want to go for a swim or go do something. I just want to do it on my own
Yes.
to get away from everybody
Yeah.
and get out of my own head.
Yeah.
And
There's another member in the International Blind Cafe, Elsie, who, through I guess her maybe the local city, has a dedicated swimming lane at the pool when she goes, and
Oh,
it has a sign there that says it's specifically for visually impaired, and I think that's
yeah,
awesome.
it
yeah, this
is. However, it's not once I'm in the pool, especially when you're in a lane swim, because I do have some sight left. It's the getting from the front door to the
Yeah.
change room, from the change room to the pool, and
yeah.
and because you know what it's like with the sounds, right? So,
Yeah. For
um,
me personally, I prefer to work out at home. I have a treadmill and one of those Tony Little Gazelle gliders. And it
mhm.
sounds similar to what Stephanie has. It's just like
Yeah, it's
a glorified cross country ski machine that you step on and you have the handles and
yep, yeah.
that. But I mean, I know just also drinking water, that is, I find, is one of my biggest challenges.
Yes.
For
You,
that, sorry.
any,
A trick for that is to add some fruit to your water, like frozen fruit, and flavor it up so it, has a little bit more taste to help you get your water consumption in.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right. I think I
I
know
like,
another one of the members has I think Joe sets reminders on her phone to remind her to drink water, and that's a
Yeah.
great idea too. But I I really struggle with drinking water, and especially if I have to go out somewhere, like I go into camel mode. I don't want to drink so that I don't have to use a strange
public
bathroom.
bathroom.
Yeah, I do that as well. Yeah. No.
Oh,
But
public
that water,
washroom.
that's a good idea, doing the frozen fruit in your water.
I like cucumber. Like
Oh, I do too. Yeah.
yeah, that's what
Very
I
refreshing. Very refreshing.
yeah.
Um,
I also find that I've had to change how I look at my nutrition um, because I'm not getting the exercise that I used to. So,
Yeah.
you know, like as far as my vitamins and protein and yeah, and I don't necessarily think it's because of my sight loss that that's happened, but I definitely don't get the natural nutrition that I used to get.
does everybody do a vitamin? Do you guys have like a routine in the morning? Do you vites or have a smoothie or anything like that? Because I try to do the smoothies now with the protein powder, and then I take like my vitamins, and then start my day that way. Take my shower, you know, and then get my exercise in. I feel when I get my workouts in the morning, I have so much more energy, and it just feels good to me. You know, I just feel like I have
Mhm.
more energy going forward the rest of the day.
I feel, excuse me, I feel tired just listening to you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Speaking of all that energy, Morgan, are you doing any partying today by any chance?
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Happy
Yes.
birthday.
Happy birthday,
birthday.
Morgan.
Thank you. Um, no partying. Unfortunately, my mother is sick, which means I'm gonna get it, and I don't want to spread it to my friends because it's a flu virus, so it is not a pretty thing.
Well, you'll
So
have to have a belated birthday party.
Yes.
yeah,
At least
Mm,
have a good piece of delicious frosted birthday cake, and then you can exercise tomorrow.
I definitely will. Yes.
Cool. Very nice.
that's lovely. So, ladies, how do you find when you are looking for, vitamins and things or anything, how accessible do you find nutritional information to be?
For me, I find it quite accessible because I shop for my vitamins on a website. I buy a
Mm-hmm.
lot of Melaleuca products, and you can, on their website, they have full information on all the ingredients, how
Mm-hmm.
they should be used, and things like that. So,
Yes.
but I don't know
Yeah.
about you guys.
It depends. Like, I've noticed that app Chat GPT, if you ask, um, you can ask specific like vegetable, like say what's the protein level and or carbs in cauliflower, or how many calories are in this, or how much sugar, that it will help you to some degree, list those you know amounts and ingredients, because
Mhm.
sometimes you can't read the box how much sodium is in something. I don't find it that accessible sometimes. So
Yeah.
an aid like that sometimes does help, or actually Googling like a specific, like I don't know,
Hmm.
General Mills Special K, if you want to eat that, and then you get like the nutritional information that way. You
Yes.
know, you know.
You know, you got to be really smart to be blind, don't you? You really
Mhm.
do. Like, you can't just pick the box up and read it. You got to figure out which app to use and how.
Mhm.
Oh, We're very smart ladies, very
Yeah.
smart.
But
Yes.
thankfully, we have all these apps that can help, like Seeing AI and Be My AI. And
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No, it's very true. Because
yeah.
what if you're allergic to something that is in something and no one's home, and or you just live alone and you don't have somebody to help you? How does somebody navigate? That must be really hard. Like if you have a peanut allergy, or afflicted to dairy, or you can't have sugar. You got to make sure you're reading your labels to make sure you're keeping yourself out of harm's way with eating the wrong food.
I never
You know?
thought about that.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
That also, talking about accessibility with things, that brings me to people because, as we all know, diabetes is a huge cause of blindness, sight loss. But the monitors, or even blood pressure monitors, if you're trying to, we're talking about wellness, but what about health? When you're trying to monitor your health.
I have a
Yes.
talking blood pressure cuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have a talking scale, which I hate because it
Yeah.
repeats how much you weigh twice.
Oh,
Yes. I have the talking scale that has the app, which I kind of like it because it doesn't just do how much you weigh, or it'll say your muscle, how much water, your fat, it's really extensive. I mean, and
uh-huh.
it does sometimes it does make me upset when it doesn't say what I want, but
Yeah.
yeah. But
Do
I
any
had to
of
get one
you
with it. I'm sorry,
do
go
any of
ahead.
you use the app, the health app on your phone, like the iPhone? To monitor your steps
I
and
use
other.
pedometer, the pedometer one from the App Store,
Oh,
to
okay.
do my steps.
I personally find the Apple one not that great. Like, I just don't like the Apple Health one. I find like it really pushes towards you having an Apple Watch to use it.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But that could just be me. Maybe I just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Though it is. Sorry, it's fully accessible. Like most things that are built into the iPhone,
Mm-hmm.
it works with VoiceOver, and if you use Zoom, it'll work with Zoom. So it is accessible. It's
That's
just
good.
not a great app. I find other external apps work better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
Is
always
that the
wondered about that. Yeah.
yeah, is the pedometer one accessible, Stephanie?
Yeah, it is. It's accessible with voiceover, and it's it's very basic. It'll just tell you, you can actually program how many steps. If you have a goal, like I want to
Right.
walk 5,000 steps, and then it'll show you what you did, and then it'll even show you how many steps you did in a month. The month of, say, March, April. It is accessible. I mean, and it's one of the least, I think, complicated. It's just very
Yeah.
straightforward. You
So
know,
after you reach your goal, does it say yes, you get to eat a donut?
I wish it did, but no. I'm so sorry. It does not say that, but it
Oh,
should.
or a piece of chocolate?
That's right. Yes.
One
That
thing I like for walking or running, I is like story apps that like there's one called Zombies Run, and what happens is the story that plays while you're walking. And you have to walk the whole time, but sometimes zombies will find you, and then you have to pick up your pace to get away from them because your location is on, and you'll pick up items and stuff, and you'll lose items if the zombies catch you. So it's a really fun, interactive way to,
It
really
is
help with the
fun.
walking and everything.
zombies chasing you
Yes, I'm sure
when you're
there's other.
blind. When you're blind. No, thank you.
You
I'm
don't want to
good,
be
thank.
chased by zombies? No, okay.
You know,
Um,
I have to say that's something that, Morgan, I don't understand is when I do go for a walk, I can't walk around my neighborhood because it's in such disrepair, the sidewalks and the roads. I mean, so, but I'm so lucky that we live very close to a beautiful park with lakes, and we walk around there. And the young people that walk, even when they're pushing kids in buggies that have headphones in, and what I enjoy about walking is the sound of everything and the smells. And I find if I plugged into my headphones, then I lose the therapy of the exercise. Do you know what I mean? For me, anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's generational. I think we're a little more old school.
It
Where
is, isn't it? Yeah.
you know, if they're plugged in, they're
Yeah.
jamming while they're,
Yeah.
and we want to listen to the birds and kind of.
Well, I think
Yeah.
that's where the bone conduction earbuds come in, because you still are
Yeah.
able to hear what's going on
Yeah.
around you.
True.
And Morgan, I'm totally gonna listen to that the next time I go for a walk. Like I've got to experience it. But
Yeah.
it does sound fun. But it just made me realize that that's definitely something that I see more and more of.
Mhm.
That's what now I know they're being chased by zombies.
Yeah. Does anybody have a favorite activity that they don't do now that they miss that they used to do that you find hard now? Like I used to like to when we were on vacations, like you could rent bikes, and everybody did 2 summers ago when we were in South Carolina, and obviously I couldn't rent a bike, and I kind of felt like a little bit left out, and I was like, no, don't worry about it, I'm fine. But sometimes I was like, I missed that just going, getting on the bike and sightseeing around, and now I can't do that. So it's kind of. Anybody else have a
Yeah,
exercise?
I used to be an avid badminton player, and that's definitely a difficult sport when you're blind. That's actually where my husband and I met.
Oh,
But yeah, no, there's some things that you just can't do, and you just have to find other activities to replace it.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
So I'm lucky that I live in a community that is focused on it being an aging well together community. So we have tandem bikes that anybody can go and use, because there's nothing makes you feel more like a kid than being on a bike.
That would be
There are also trained pilots that can help you if you don't have anyone to go with. We have um, we have line tennis, and we have audible basketballs and things like that. So although I don't play ball anymore, I used to love playing softball. I can still play catch because I've got the audible, and it's sponge. So if I do miss it, smacks me in the face, it's not going to hurt, right?
Oh, okay.
And then for the beach, we have, and I bought it from Walmart of all places. It's this 3-foot diameter frisbee, and
Oh,
I still have enough sight that I can definitely see that coming at me.
that would be
So
fun.
I try to still play, because I like to play, but it's just adapting to what you used to do. You got to realize it's
Yeah.
just not the same. But there's so many adaptive games and what have you out there. It's just
Yeah.
amazing.
The tandem
So,
bike idea
yeah,
would be really fun, but I wouldn't trust one person in my family to, I don't know, sit on the back of a bike and let them keep me upright. I mean, I don't know. It was brought up, and I'm like, I don't know if I trust any of you people to ride me around.
Yeah.
So, but I would if someone was trained and there was like a program where they did that. I probably would feel more comfortable with
Yeah.
yeah.
a stranger than
Well,
any of my family.
there are certain cities in Canada that have tandem bike clubs for the blind.
See, that would be
So
fun.
I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't have
Yeah.
something in the States there, Steph.
Yeah, I'm sure if I search, I probably would
Yeah.
be. We find
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
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 Do you guys
And
have I know in Victoria here, they have in the malls, mall walking clubs where you can join, and it would be a little bit safer than walking some of the sidewalks here.
Yes, actually, our mall opens early, like the actual mall itself, but the stores are closed. So you can go into the mall earlier and walk around the mall, but you just can't go into the
Yeah.
stores if
Here
you're
they
yeah,
not.
have
Yeah,
that too.
yeah,
Yeah, they have that here too.
yeah.
because that's a, a rectangular or square, you
Mhm.
would be able to navigate that quite well.
Oh, and
Yeah.
my husband would love that if all the stores were closed and I
So
couldn't
would
find
mine.
them.
Yeah, we wouldn't go into them. Yeah.
He'd definitely get up early and drive me to the mall to do that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Speaking, speaking.
Speaking of husbands,
Yes.
how, oh, Morgan, dating and ladies' marriage. I mean, how do you navigate? Don't as someone with sight loss, wouldn't want to be dating now, regardless of whether I had sight or not.
I
That
Um,
wouldn't.
would be difficult.
however,
Now that's
it
a topic to explore. Yes.
that isn't it. Yeah, we should
Yeah.
definitely talk about that one. Yeah.
I don't
Well,
have
you know
much
what?
input.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
No, I mean on the dating end of it. I've been married
Oh
for
well,
quite
okay,
some
not on
years
the
now.
dating.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
seeing my daughter go through it.
If you'd like to continue this conversation, we invite you to join us in the Cauldron on the International Blind Cafe Discord server and the Facebook group.